the pit of fear. You couldn't really blame Satan for being disgusted. After all, what could you do in Hades when business got bad? Things were really going to pot down in the old pit. The imps were getting out of hand, and nothing was being done right. It got so that when a customer came down for a going-over, not one of them would make a move to work on him. They were all getting smug and lazy.
Here comes another one. Let him go. It's too hot to work today.
And the whole thing made old Nick so hoppin' mad that he just couldn't figure out what to do about it. He was ready to blow his top. This can't go on. I've got to find a way to get these boys back on their toes. It wasn't just the lethargy that made him sore, but the way they wasted their time playing poker and shamelessly getting drunk, while others just loafed reading to pass the time away. But finally, Satan could stand it no longer. He decided to put his cloven hoof down. By George, that does it! I'm getting sick and tired of the shoddy inefficiency around this place. You bums have goofed off for the last time. Things are going to change. I'm going to clean this dump up. I'm bringing down an efficiency expert from Earth to straighten things out. I'll give him enough power to whip you goons into line. It was 4 days later when Satan arrived back in Hades, but he wasn't alone. He brought with him a certain Mr. Frost, efficiency expert. And I warn you all, I've given Mr. Frost unlimited powers to clean up the corruption in this place. He has the best references for being the meanest expert on Earth.
Just when things were getting nice and comfortable. I wish I could quit this job. You better not get tough with me.
I'm giving Mr. Frost a big reward for putting this place back in shape, and I've told him not to be afraid of putting you all through the works. In the days that followed, the imps learned that Mr. Frost was no joke. First went the card games.
There'll be no more gambling in Hades.
And then the sessions of wild drunkenness.
And no more drinking. Get back to the pets. From now on, things are going to be different around here. I'll make it so hot for all of you that you'll work or you'll wish you were somewhere else.
And then came the long, grueling hours of drilling and formation.
There'll be 5 hours of drilling every day. The dirty rat, I hate him. I'd love to get my hands on him alone.
I heard that. And I see your trading is rusty. Hasn't been cleaned. You will be doing 10 hours of extra work this weekend. Of course, the whole system of punishment and torture had to be reinstated, and Mr. Frost was just the man to do it.
Go on, faster, get those tortures set up. You've been loafing long enough.
The final chore was the lighting of the sulfur pits, which belched unearthly smoke.
Move, you imps of Satan! Get the lead out of your feet! This place will look like Hades before I'm through.
And it did. And when it was all over, Mr. Frost went to Satan to claim the wealth that had been promised him for the job.
All right, old Nick, the job is done. The place is now more efficient than it ever was. I want my reward.
Yes, you've done a great piece of work. The poor souls who will be sent down here from now on will really suffer. Here's your reward, Frost, just as I promised you. You've made this place a real Hades.
I did my very best, Satan. Well, I better be getting back upstairs now. I've got an efficiency job to do in Hollywood.
Oh, I wouldn't bother going back up there if I were you.
Well, what do you mean? I don't understand.
Why, it is just that you've always been such a mean, hard man up on Earth, and so many people have hated you.
Yeah, I know. What has that got to do with it?
Well, you see, Frost, as I knew when I brought you down here, you've only got about 3 minutes left to live on Earth. And so, you're going to be our very first customer. The end.